All right, YouTube. This is Detroit's HPTV coming at you with another video. It's Wednesday morning, hump day. And we got another interesting topic. We got Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton back in the news. Y'all gonna have to get y'all granddaddy and get y'all auntie because Joe Biden is out here. He lying for no reason and he telling some humdingers. And Hillary, she want to be the face of feminism and women's rights. You know, she just wants y'all like to do like she do with her husband. You know, her husband had a work wife, Monica Lewinsky. You know what I mean? She say, "Suck it up and take it." No play on words, but hey, y'all got to get y'all uncle. I mean, y'all granddaddy and y'all auntie. Joe Biden comes in office. Inflation was 1.4. He comes and tells the people it was 9%. I'm talking about he flat out lies. He already know. It's to the point to where they feel like they can tell y'all anything. But the media is on their head. So I want y'all to check out this clip. It's for fair usage under the 1976 Copyright Act for education, commentary, and I don't know if this is gonna make you laugh or cry, but check out your politicians. At this point, you got to look at somebody that said they voting Democrat. You got to look at them sideways. You can't even look at them the regular way, just to say it's regular politics. You got to really question their mental capacity. Check out this video.
Now we know why Biden only does interviews with weathermen like Al Roker. Last night he talked with CNN and it was a train wreck. He lied, insulted his voters, and scared away famous backers.
You're not sending weapons to Israel during a war while American hostages and hostages from 22 countries are still in that. You're not sending weapons now, you dumb. I never, ever, ever thought I would say this. Okay, but I could promise you this right now. Smoking Joe Biden, cadaver Joe Biden, me, Michael Rappaport, I'm not voting for you. You're not getting my vote. And plenty of us also ain't voting for you, you.
Biden's losing the Israel and Hamas vote. But the Mideast isn't the top issue.
Let me interject for a minute. Michael Rappaport is really offended. You know what I mean? And we used to seeing him offended in the media and going off. But he's going off on Joe Biden and the Democrats. Say it ain't so. I can't wait till y'all see Hillary.
For voters, it's the economy, stupid. Instead of empathizing with us, he tried lying his way out of it. But he didn't get away with it this time.
Biden falsely claimed that inflation was 9% when he took office.
It was 9% when I came to office. 9%.
Inflation was actually 1.4% when Biden was sworn in, peaking at 9.1% in June 2022.
What's one more lie for a black Puerto Rican?
Now, really, that's a big difference. 1.4, 9.1. And Biden still comes in front of you and tells you these lies. You know what I mean? Y'all, I mean, like, y'all remember Jim Crow Joe, crime bill, you ain't black if you don't vote for me. You know, y'all know it's rhetoric. But the lies is off the chain. His ability to lie while still having dementia is not a good thing. You know, I don't think that people with dementia even know they lying sometimes. You know what I mean? I think somebody else just told them to say that. At this point, we got to realize Joe Biden is not running the country. Somebody else is.
Truck driving Jewish professor whose uncle was eaten by cannibals. What is new is that the media called him a liar. Where Biden really shot himself in the foot, though, is when he told you to shut up and spend more of the money you don't have.
There's real pain. I mean, grocery prices are up 30%, more than 30%, since the beginning of the pandemic. And people are spending more on food and groceries than they have at any time, really, in the past 30 years. I mean, that's a real day-to-day pain that people
No,
feel.
it really is. And it's real. But the fact is that if you take a look at what the men people have, they have the money to spend.
Who has money to spend besides Gold Bar Bob? Fannie Willis, who keeps cash in a safe because it's a black thing? People are hurting and life's expensive. Doesn't Joe read the polls?
The polling data has been wrong all along. You know, how many you guys do a poll at CNN? How many folks you have to call to get one response?
Joe's fighting with CNN. This can't be good. Biden tells factory workers they're full of ish, calls a reporter a stupid son of a bitch, and calls you crazy if you say groceries are pricey. Joe was supposed to be the genteel granddad who wisely guided us back home. Now he snaps when you point out that he missed the exit. It's always someone else's fault. Even CNN sees it.
That sounds like somebody in Washington telling people you're wrong. And whatever your party is, the voters don't process it that way. They don't like that.
Definitely don't like being told they're wrong because it's how they're actually experiencing the economy personally.
They don't like people in Washington telling them they're wrong.
And I think he's making a terrible mistake. You know, it may not be, if he doesn't win this race, it may not be Donald Trump that beats him. It may be his own pride.
Biden's an angry recluse, obsessed with his legacy. He wants to be remembered like JFK, but he's going down as a mean liar who opened the border, botched the Afghan withdrawal, and destroyed the dollar. The media is confused because Trump's up in the polls, and the Biden trials are backfiring.
How hard is it for President Biden to get any attention, even though he's the only one who's campaigning right now because all the oxygen is being sucked up down in that courtroom?
So hard.
Because he did something today, right? Biden was
In
someplace
Wisconsin.
and he talked about something, right?
Yes, infrastructure.
I heard that happened.
Yes.
I couldn't tell you where or couldn't tell you what it is.
You're like, he was out there
and
somewhere.
I give a damn.
Yes.
And not everybody does. So how can he get the attention?
We all struggle with this and how much you should cover these trials, how much we should talk about these trials. There's a lot of things happening in the world.
Oh, they wanted to arrest this guy for a decade, and now that he's in court, they're complaining? Like a dog chasing a car. As soon as they catch it, they don't know what to do. Democrats aren't happy no matter what happens.
Has anyone ever noticed that there's just no happiness on the left? They're not happy. They're not happy people.
There's a lot of anger, confusion, and sadness in the Democrat Party. If anyone's read Get It Together, you know they could use a therapist.
I'd like to call the part of this segment Therapy with Hillary, if I may, because she's now going to become, she needs another role, therapist.
Well, Mika, I'm happy to go to therapy with you anytime because clearly the pressure and the stress on our system, our country, our Constitution.
Is it just me, or do Hillary Clinton look like George Washington?
Our future is so intense. For those of us who understand what's at stake.
If anybody needs therapy, it's Hillary. She never got over 2016, and she's married to Bill. Dr. Clinton prescribed the media with a plan to take down Trump. First, you're not calling him a dictator enough.
I don't think the press has done enough to basically say, okay, the circus is here. You can watch the circus, but let's tell you what that means. Let's talk to people who have a real understanding of how dictatorships evolve.
Dr. Hillary, not really known for her bedside manner, started insulting her patients. If you're a woman and vote for Trump, you're a tramp.
Any woman who has any sense of self-respect, autonomy, agency, independence, and values.
I got to interject here. Now, if I don't fail to recall, didn't Bill Clinton get sued by all kind of women out of Arkansas? Didn't he have work wife Monica Lewinsky that he left DNA on her sweater? Is Hillary the one to really be telling women about having self-respect? Really, Hillary?
Freedom needs to understand there's only one choice in this election, and that's Joe Biden.
Only Hillary could figure out a new way to insult half the country. Remember, Crooked isn't the feminist she pretends to be. She ran smear campaigns against every woman who had an affair with her husband. Even women her husband allegedly raped. They were called trailer trash. Trump invited them all to the second debate and lined them up at a table. And it was a long table. Hillary will never forgive him. Trump, not Bill. She's the one who has no self-respect. She's been publicly humiliated, bottled up the humiliation, and takes her rage out on Trump. In a way, Trump reminds Hillary of her husband. And deep down, she hates them both. What if Biden doesn't excite female voters and they want to stay home? Dr. Hillary says, shut up and take your medicine.
Every one of us has an obligation as a citizen to try to figure out, waking up the morning after the election, do I want to throw my vote away? Do I want to not vote and let somebody who doesn't agree with me or care about me essentially fill that vacuum that I left? Or do I want to feel like, okay, maybe I'm not ecstatic about the outcome, but I'm safe?
What's safe about an open border, two proxy wars, record inflation, crime, and throwing politicians in prison for winning? Joe's going to have to explain all of that.
I'm sorry, I got to go back to Hillary again. Hillary is a feminist and telling women that they have no self-respect. You got to make this make sense. Because I'm sure I remember Bill Clinton and the Monica Lewinsky and all the other situations that he had. She didn't divorce him. She didn't criticize him. She just attacked the other women. I mean, it seemed like the Democrats just playing in y'all face. They just say anything and you suck it up. You know what I mean? Hillary should be an advocate for cheating husbands. That's who she should be an advocate for.
The debate.
Joe, now that you've committed to debate on the ratings challenged Howard Stern show, let's set it up right now. I'm ready to go anywhere that you are. Anytime, anywhere, any place. Let's go, Joe. Let's debate.
Biden says he's game. Now, Biden does show up at the debate. Remember the playbook. Trump's a dictator. Economy's fine. You have money to spend. Migrant crime's a hoax. Republicans open the border. And if you vote for Trump, you have no self-respect. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
Now, you can't make this up. Hillary comes out and she's telling women that they have no self-respect and how they should be, as if she is the standard bearer for women with self-respect. You know what I mean? It's one thing for your husband to cheat on you at work with his work wife. It's another thing for him to leave DNA on her sweater. That's a whole nother level of debauchery in the White House. And Joe lying about inflation and the food prices and say you got it, just spend it. These Democrats is playing in your face. You know what I mean? As an American, I mean, you can't say this is acceptable. Well, I'm going to end on that note. That's enough for politics for today. This Detroit's HPTV signing to you out of Detroit. As always, y'all better keep your head on the swivel and pay attention. Like, share, and subscribe. Salute to all patriots. Peace.